Hello, today I am going to share with you my beauty favorites from the whole year of 2012. So this is like a yearly favorites video. So I will be showing you things that I loved either for the entire year or for maybe like several months at a time. So the first thing is a foundation, and some of you may know that I don't use liquid foundation anymore. But I have to show you the one that I would use if I'm going to use one, like my favorite of all time. And this is by Rimmel. It is the Lasting Finish 25-Hour Foundation. That is my shade there, 100 Ivory. So I love this foundation. I discovered it, I think, back in 2010. Loved it. This used to be what I would wear every day when back when I was wearing liquid foundation. I think that it really does stay on the skin for hours and hours. I don't know about 25 hours. I haven't tested it for that long, but I do think that it has incredible staying power. It's inexpensive. It's from the drugstore. I like the way it looks on the skin, and I think it gives really good coverage. So I would absolutely recommend this foundation. And like I said, even though I don't really wear it, I still love it, and I come back to it when I do need to wear a liquid foundation. Now, the other foundation is a powder foundation, and this is by Neutrogena. This is the Mineral Shears Loose Powder Foundation. Mine is in the shade Buff 30. Now, this foundation I wore for a good part of the year. I would say May to May to October, I guess. It was a long time I was wearing this, and this is the second one that I have bought. I ran out of my first one. So I started wearing this when I wanted to transition into just powders and not use liquid foundations anymore, and I love it. I think that it's beautiful on the skin. It gives a little bit of coverage, like it is very light. You're not gonna get a lot of coverage with this, but I don't think that it's meant for that. But it really does look nice on the skin. It looks nice and natural. It feels really light on the skin. It doesn't make you feel like you're wearing a lot of makeup. Never made me break out, and I just really loved this for a long, long time. But in the last few months, I have moved on to an even simpler foundation routine, so I don't really use this anymore, but I'm sure I will sometimes. I mean, I still love it, and it's still really nice and natural looking. So now on to concealers. I have two that I loved for the majority of the year. I have the Sonia Kashuk Hidden Agenda Concealer Palette. I think this is the third one of these that I have bought. It looks like this. It has 3 different concealer shades and 1 powder here. It's like a setting powder. And I love this concealer because it does a really great job of concealing. It's thick in consistency, but it's also creamy, so it's easy to blend, but I like how thick it is because that's where you're really getting the coverage from it. So I think this is a really great concealer quad, and I would definitely recommend this. And the other concealer is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser. Mine is in the shade Light. And this might be the third or fourth one of these that I have repurchased. And I'm not sure, I don't remember exactly what month I discovered this, but I know that I have loved it for a majority of the year, and I'm still loving it, still using it. So this is a great concealer. It really does conceal the under eye circles, but I also use it on all other areas of my face that I want to conceal. Now moving on to eye makeup, I have loved the e.l.f. eyelid primer for a very long time. I've used this in a ton of tutorials. I really would recommend it. It's a good primer for $1. $1 at Target, or you can buy it on their website, but much easier to get it at Target. It's just $1. I can't believe it. It's a great quality eyelid primer, I think, for $1. Like for what you pay for it, I think that it is very good quality. Now, I won't say that this is as good as the Urban Decay Primer Potion, but I do think that it is a really great primer for the price. So I really like using this, and I've used it for months, and this is probably maybe the third one of these that I have repurchased. The next thing is something that I'm sure was in a lot of people's 2012 favorites videos, and it is the Naked palette. I got this at the end of 2010, or not 2010, 2011. Oh my gosh, I just realized that whenever I was talking about dates that I got these other things, that I discovered them in 2010. No, I was wrong. I meant to say 2011. I'm sorry about that. 2011 on anything that I have said 2010. I'm sorry. That was my mistake. So I got this in November of 2011, not 2010, and I used it all year for 2012, all year. I've really enjoyed having all these different neutral eyeshadow colors to create different eye looks. The other thing is that for the longest time, I used Naked, this color Naked, and sometimes a little bit of Buck, but mostly Naked to fill in my eyebrows. You can see there's a huge dent in it. That's how much I've used it. It's probably the one I've used the most. But I did use this for months and months in 2012 for my eyebrows, and then of course the other shades for my eyeshadows, especially these two lightest shades here. I loved using those. So this is definitely something that I can say I used all through 2012, probably more than anything else here. The last thing for the eyes is the CoverGirl Lash Blast. Well, this is the volume, but any of the CoverGirl Lash Blast mascaras have definitely been my favorite. I think it's the best drugstore mascara, at least in my opinion. I just love how it applies. It never makes my eyelashes clump together at all. I just love the way it looks. I've repurchased so many of these in different colors, in black, in brown, in black brown, and the waterproof version. I mean, I've just had so many of these, and I will continue to repurchase this mascara. It is definitely my all-time favorite mascara. Now moving on to blush favorites. I have two favorites. They are both from Nars, actually. The first one is Exhibit A by Nars. It is a bright red blush. I know, it looks crazy, but I love this blush and I feel like it will last me forever. And when you just use a light hand and just get a little bit on your blush brush, it can look really nice on your face and it doesn't look like too much. Of course, if you go overboard, it's going to look crazy. You might look like a clown. So you just have to be really careful, but I love this color. I think it is just the most natural looking blush color. I really have an obsession with red toned blush colors, so this is definitely my favorite. Like I said, this is probably going to last me years. I can't really even imagine using this up. I really can't. You just need the tiniest bit. So love this blush color. I got this, I think, December of 2011, so this is something that I have had all year in 2012, and I have used it all year. Not every day, but you know. The next thing, this one I have also had for all of 2012. I think I also got this in December of 2011. So this is the Nars Danmari palette. I think it was like a limited edition holiday type of blush palette. I don't know if they still sell this or if they're ever gonna come back out with it. I really don't know. You'll have to search online, but it has 6 blush shades. But my favorite blush out of this whole palette is this one here. It is called Sin. This is what it looks like, and it is a beautiful kind of berry, kind of like plumish color. I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe, but when you put it on the cheeks, I think it just looks so beautiful and so flattering. I'm wearing it today, not sure how much it's showing up, but I just love the way it looks on the face. I think it's such a beautiful blush color. So these two I've had all year and I have loved all year. Moving on to some lip products, I have the EOS lip balm. I've had so many different flavors of these, or scents, or I mean, what would you call that? Flavor, scent, because I guess you wouldn't call it flavor because you're not supposed to, you know, taste it and lick it or something. But I mean, you do end up tasting it sometimes. You guys know what I mean. But I guess I'll call it the scent. And this one is the pomegranate or something, but I've had a ton of these. When I use one up, I immediately go and get another one. These always stay in my purse, always. They're my favorite. I love how they're round. Well, this one has kind of been worn down because I've been using it, but I love how they're round. They're so easy to apply. They smell good, they taste good, and they just feel really nice on the lips, and they're very moisturizing. So I love the EOS lip balms. I've loved those for so long. Also loved the Maybelline Baby Lips for a lot of the year. I've had a lot of different scents or flavors. I've had the clear one, that's the one I got first, and then I got a pink one, and this is the one that's kind of more red. This is the one I have to show you today. I love it. They smell good, they feel good on the lips, they give you a little bit of color too, and I just really love these. This is another thing that's always in my purse as well. The other lip favorite is something that I discovered, I think, in the summer. So I didn't love it for the entire year, but for half of the year at least. So it is the Revlon Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stain. And this one, I like smelling them. They smell kind of minty. This one is in Romantic. It's the first one I ever got, and it's a nice red color. And now I have 2 other red colors plus this pink one. So I love the way these wear. I love how they're so easy to put on and apply. They really do stain your lips after a while. They leave that color on your lips. I love how they do have that balm to it, so it's moisturizing on your lips and it's kind of shiny. It looks like a lip balm just with color. So I have really enjoyed using this, and I would be interested to try even more colors. So that is all for the lips, and the last thing I'm going to talk about is some makeup brushes. The ones that I really loved in the beginning of the year, I will show you first. Those were this one is by Sonia Kashuk, and there's no name for it. I don't know exactly what this is called, but I think that it's just supposed to be a powder brush or a blush brush, but I think powder. And so yeah, I'm sorry that I can't really tell you specifically what this is because it came in a set with other brushes, but it just looks like this. I got it from Target in a set, and it's very soft. I just love how this applies powder, and I just love how soft it feels on my face. And the other one that I really love is the e.l.f. powder brush. It's just a flat one like this. You can get it at Target for $3, really inexpensive, but a really nice brush. I think I use this for powder. I don't really use it anymore, but I used it for a good part of the year. I think I used it for powder and maybe also for just blending out maybe blush or something. So this is a really great and inexpensive brush that I would recommend. Another one that I love, this is by Real Techniques, and I think this might be their buffing brush. I've used this a lot when I used the, this powder foundation. This is what I would use to buff this into my skin. It's so soft, it feels incredible. I like other brushes from this line too, but this one was definitely my favorite. And sometimes I still like to use it to just kind of buff out maybe blush, kind of like this one. But I haven't used it in a while because I really need to clean it. But I still do really love it. 2 more brushes. These are from Sigma, and these are ones that I discovered in June, so half of the year, and I love them. I use them a lot. The first one is the foundation brush. This is the F60. I don't really use this for foundation. I use it to blend out my concealer, and I love it. I use it every single day for that. I like to use it underneath the eyes and just really anywhere on my face where I'm going to just blend out my concealer. It works really well for that. I'm sure it works great for liquid foundation too, which is what it is intended for. But yeah, use this for concealer all the time. Absolutely love it. The other brush by Sigma is the E40 tapered blending brush, and this one is just so incredible for blending out the colors in your crease or the outer corner. It just is amazing. And I remember the first time I talked about this brush on my channel, I was saying how I don't know how I was ever blending in my crease without this brush, like before I ever discovered it, because it's just incredible. It works to blend out the eyeshadow really well, and it also fits really nicely into the crease of your eye. It's not too small and it's also not too big, so I think it's a perfect size and just the perfect blending brush. So that is everything. Those are all of the favorites from 2012. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that maybe you found it helpful if I gave you any ideas of things that you might want to try. And all of the products that I mentioned in this video are absolutely things that I would recommend to you if you're interested in, using them and trying them out. I just think that they're all really great quality, and like I said, I would just really recommend them to you. Alright, so that is all for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching and have a great day.